Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The English Globe. I hope you all are well and having a beautiful day. My name is Adam, and today I am here with my good friend Julia.
Hi everyone, it's so nice to be here with you again. I'm Julia and I'm very happy to join Adam for another exciting English learning podcast. Thank you so much for listening today. You are doing something great for yourself, learning English and improving your life.
Yes, that's true. Every time you listen to this podcast, you take one more step forward. You are not only learning English, you are learning how to grow as a person. Today's topic is very special. It is something that can help you feel stronger, happier, and more confident in your life.
That's right, Adam. Today we are going to talk about something powerful. Change your thoughts. Change your life. This is not just a beautiful phrase. This is something real. It means that the way you think, your thoughts, can change your feelings, your actions, and your whole life.
Exactly. Many people don't realize how important their thoughts are. But your thoughts create your world. If you think good thoughts, you feel good. If you think bad thoughts, you feel bad. So, in this podcast, we will help you understand how to think in a better, more positive way. And of course, we will do this in simple English for all beginner students.
Yes, this podcast is 100% beginner friendly. Don't worry if you are just starting to learn English. We are here to help you. We will speak slowly. We will use easy words. And we will repeat important ideas to help you understand everything. You can listen, learn, and practice English with us.
So, what will we talk about in this episode? First, we will explain what thoughts are. What does it mean to think something? Then, we will talk about the difference between positive and negative thoughts. After that, we will tell you a simple and true story about someone who changed their life by changing their thoughts. It's very interesting and easy to understand.
Later in the podcast, we will also give you some simple steps, small actions that you can take every day to think more positively. These steps are easy to do and they can make a big difference in your life. And of course, while we do all this, you will learn many useful English words and phrases.
We will also have a short speaking practice part where you can repeat some positive sentences after us. This is very helpful for speaking and pronunciation practice. When you say good things out loud, it helps your brain remember them better, and it helps you feel good too.
And at the end, we will review everything we learned and give you a short, motivational message to inspire you to keep learning, to keep thinking positively, and to keep going forward in your life. We believe in you. We believe that you can learn English and you can live a better life.
That's right, Julia. So, my dear listener, wherever you are, maybe in your home, on the bus, walking in the street, or sitting in your school, please get comfortable. Take a deep breath. Relax. This time is for you. You are here to grow, to learn, and to improve. And we are so proud of you.
We are so excited to begin this journey with you. And remember, even if you don't understand every word right now, that's okay. Just keep listening. You are learning more than you think. Your English is improving every time you listen and every time you try.
Yes, you are doing something amazing. So now let's begin our journey into this powerful topic. Change your thoughts, change your life. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Adam.
Then let's begin. Let's start with a very simple question. What are thoughts? A thought is something that happens in your mind. You cannot see it and you cannot touch it, but it is always there. A thought is like a small voice inside your head. For example, When you say to yourself, I'm hungry, or I can do this, or this is hard, that is a thought. It is something you tell yourself, and it can be positive or negative.
Yes, Adam. And we all have many thoughts every day. Some people say we have more than 50,000 thoughts every day. That's a lot, right? But here is something important to understand. Many of these thoughts happen automatically. That means they come quickly and we don't always notice them. But even if we don't notice them, they still affect us. They change how we feel, how we act, and how we see the world.
Let me give you a simple example. Imagine it is Monday morning. You wake up and think, ugh, I don't want to go to work, or I feel tired and lazy. These are negative thoughts. And what happens next? You feel unhappy. You move slowly. You don't enjoy your morning. But now imagine you wake up and think, today is a new day, or I will do my best today. Now you feel more positive, more strong, and ready to start your day.
That's a great example. It shows how our thoughts are connected to our feelings. If you think sad thoughts, you feel sad. If you think happy thoughts, you feel happy. So your thoughts are very powerful. They are like seeds. If you plant good seeds, you get beautiful flowers. If you plant bad seeds, you get weeds. Your life becomes what you think about every day. That's why it's important to be careful with your thoughts.
Sometimes we think, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, especially when we're learning something new, like English. But these thoughts are not helpful. They make us feel afraid or small. The truth is, you can learn anything with time and practice. So instead of saying, I can't speak English, say, I am learning English. This small change in your thought can make a big difference in your progress.
Yes. And here is something even more interesting. Your brain listens to your thoughts. If you keep thinking, I'm not smart, your brain starts to believe it. But if you say, I'm learning and getting better, your brain believes that too. That's why positive thoughts are so important. They help your brain feel safe, happy, and strong. They help you grow little by little every day.
So let's remember, thoughts are not just words in your head. They are powerful tools. They can help you move forward, or they can hold you back. You don't need to control every thought, but you can start to notice them. Ask yourself, is this a helpful thought or a hurtful thought? When you begin to understand your thoughts, you also begin to understand yourself. And that is the first step to a better life.
In the next part of this podcast, we will talk more about this. We will learn how to tell the difference between positive thoughts and negative thoughts. We will also show you how positive thinking can help you feel better, do better, and live better. And don't worry, we will keep it simple and easy for you to follow. Are you ready to continue? Let's keep going together.
Now that we understand what thoughts are, let's talk about something very special. Positive thinking. Positive thinking means looking at life in a good and hopeful way. It doesn't mean that everything is always perfect. It means that even when something is difficult, you try to find the good side. You tell yourself, I can try, this will get better, or I am learning. These thoughts give you strength. They help you feel brave, happy, and full of energy.
That's right, Adam. Positive thinking is not magic, but it has real power. When you think in a positive way, your brain and body feel better. You feel more relaxed and less afraid. You sleep better, work better, and even learn better. It's like the sun shining inside your mind. It gives light to everything you do. Positive thoughts help you feel calm, focused, and ready to do your best, even when things are not easy.
Let's look at an example. Imagine you are learning English and you make a mistake. If you think, I'm stupid or I can't do this, you will feel sad or want to stop. But if you think, it's okay, I'm learning, you feel stronger and want to keep going. One thought makes you give up, but the other gives you hope. This is the power of positive thinking. It can turn small problems into small steps, and big problems into challenges you can handle.
Yes, and remember this. Positive thinking is a choice. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to feel happy all the time. But you can choose how you talk to yourself. You can choose kind words. You can say, I will try again, I believe in myself, or I'm doing my best. These words are simple, but they are like seeds. If you say them every day, your mind will grow stronger, your heart will grow happier, and your English will grow better too.
Some people think positive thinking is only for happy people. That's not true. Everyone has problems. Everyone feels sad sometimes. But people who think positively don't ignore their problems. They just don't let the problems control them. They look for a way to move forward. They say, I can learn from this, or this problem will not last forever. These kinds of thoughts give them power, even in the hard times.
Also, positive thinking is good for your health. When you think good thoughts, your body feels safe. Your heart beats slower, your muscles relax, and your mind becomes quiet. You sleep better, you eat better, and you have more energy. Scientists have studied this, and they say that positive people live longer and feel better in life. So, thinking positively doesn't only help your mind, it helps your whole body too.
Now I want you to try something. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say to yourself slowly, I am doing my best. Say it again. I am doing my best. Feel how calm that sounds? It's simple, but powerful. This is how we start to change. One small thought at a time. One kind word at a time. The more we do this, the more we begin to believe it, and the more our life starts to change in a better direction.
In the next part of our podcast, we will share with you a real story. A story about someone who changed their life by changing their thoughts. It is a simple and inspiring story, and we will explain every part so you can understand and enjoy it. Stories are a great way to learn English and learn life lessons at the same time. Are you ready? Let's continue together, one step at a time.
Now, my dear listeners, I want to tell you a simple but powerful story about a man named David. David was just an ordinary person like you and me. He lived in a small town, worked at a normal job, and often felt tired, bored, and unhappy with his life. Every morning, he would wake up and feel like nothing would ever change. He would look in the mirror and think to himself, I'm not special, or my life is going nowhere. These negative thoughts were like a cloud over his head, and even when something good happened, he couldn't enjoy it because he was always thinking about what was wrong, not what was right.
David had dreams when he was younger. He wanted to start his own business and do something meaningful, something he loved. But as he grew older, he began to tell himself that his dreams were too big and that he was not smart enough or strong enough to succeed. These thoughts became a habit. Every time he had a new idea, a new hope, or a new chance, his mind would say, no, you can't do that, or you will fail. And because he believed these thoughts, he never tried. He stayed in the same place, doing the same things, feeling stuck, and slowly losing his confidence day by day.
But then something happened that started to change David's life. One day, while waiting at the bus stop, he met an old friend from school. This friend had started a small online business and was very happy and full of life. They talked for a while, and David asked him, How did you do it?" His friend smiled and said something simple but powerful. "I stopped telling myself that I couldn't, and I started telling myself that I could. I didn't wait to feel ready, I just started." That one sentence stayed in David's mind like a seed. It was the first time he realized that maybe the biggest thing holding him back wasn't his job or his situation. It was his own thoughts.
That night, David couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what his friend had said. He asked himself, what if I stopped telling myself I can't? What if I just tried, even a little bit? The next morning, for the first time in a long time, he stood in front of the mirror and said, "I am going to try." That was all. Just 3 words. I am going to try. But those words were different. They were filled with hope. And hope is the beginning of every great story. That small positive thought started something inside him. And from that moment, things began to slowly change.
David didn't suddenly become rich or famous. No, his life didn't change overnight. But he started changing his thoughts, and with that, he started changing his actions. Instead of spending his evenings watching TV and feeling bored, he started reading books about small businesses. He watched videos, he took online courses, and he wrote his ideas in a notebook. Every time a negative thought came, like, "This is too hard," he would take a deep breath and say, "I am learning. I am getting better." At first, it was not easy. Sometimes he still felt afraid. But now he had a new voice inside him, a positive one, and that voice helped him keep going.
1 year later, David started his own small business from home. It was not perfect, and it was not very big, but it was his. He worked hard, but now he was doing something he cared about. He was learning new skills, meeting new people, and feeling proud of himself. The most important change was not in his bank account or his job. It was in his mind. He no longer woke up and said, "I can't." Now he woke up and said, "I can try," or "I am growing," or "This is my journey." He had learned the most powerful lesson. If you change your thoughts, you can change your life.
David's story teaches us something very important. You don't have to be special to change your life. You just have to believe something different about yourself. You have to give yourself permission to try, to learn, and to grow. Even small thoughts, if they are positive, can create big changes. It all begins with your mind. If you believe that you can learn English, if you believe that you can speak better, if you believe that you can improve your life, then step by step, that belief becomes real.
So now, dear listener, I want you to think about your own life. Are there thoughts that are stopping you? Are there negative voices in your mind telling you that you can't do something? If yes, then you can start changing those thoughts today. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to take one small step. Tell yourself, "I am trying," or "I am learning," or "I am stronger than I think." Say these words every day. Say them in the morning. Say them when you feel tired. Say them when you feel afraid. These words are your power. They are the start of something new.
Welcome back, dear listeners. In the last part of our podcast, we shared the story of David, a regular person who changed his life not by getting lucky or rich, but by slowly learning to change the way he thought about himself, his dreams, and his future. Now, in this part, we will give you something even more useful, real, simple, daily exercises that you can use to begin changing your own thoughts. These exercises are easy to understand. They don't take much time, and you don't need anything special to do them. Only your mind, your voice, and a little time each day to practice new ways of thinking that are helpful, kind, and full of hope.
One of the best exercises to start with is something called morning affirmations. which means you say short, powerful, positive sentences to yourself every morning to prepare your mind for a good day. These sentences are not magic, but they help you focus your mind in a healthy and strong direction. For example, after you wake up and before you begin your daily tasks, stand in front of a mirror, look into your eyes, and say things like, "Today is a new day. I am learning and growing," or "I believe in myself." You can say these sentences quietly or out loud, but the important thing is to say them with feeling and repeat them every day so your mind starts to remember and believe them naturally.
At first, you might feel a little strange talking to yourself in the mirror, especially if you've never done anything like this before. But over time, this small habit becomes a powerful tool because your brain listens to your words. And when your words are positive, your brain starts to feel safer, calmer, and more confident. If you continue doing this every day, even for just 2 or 3 minutes, you will begin to feel a difference. It's like planting seeds. At first, you see nothing, but after many days of water and sunlight, something new begins to grow. And in your case, what grows is a better way of thinking and feeling.
Another helpful exercise is what we call thought catching, which means you try to notice your negative thoughts as soon as they appear and gently change them into more helpful ones. This exercise is very useful during the day, especially when you feel stressed, tired, or upset. For example, if you are learning English and suddenly you make a mistake and think, "I'm so bad at English," try to stop that thought and replace it with something more kind, like, "I'm still learning and that's okay," or "Making mistakes means I am trying." This process takes practice and it's normal if you forget sometimes, but the more you catch your negative thoughts and change them, the stronger your positive thinking becomes.
It can also be helpful to keep a small notebook or journal where you write your positive thoughts and your progress each day. Every evening, before you go to bed, take 5 or 10 minutes to write about something good that happened, something you are proud of, or something you are learning. Even if the day was difficult, try to find at least one thing that made you smile or one thing you did well. Maybe you talked to someone in English, or maybe you didn't give up when something was hard. That's something to be proud of. Writing these things down helps your brain remember the good and trains your eyes to look for positive moments even when life is not perfect.
Now, let's talk about using positive questions. A positive question is something you ask yourself that opens your mind and helps you find answers that build confidence. Instead of asking yourself, "Why am I so bad at this?" ask something like, "What can I do to get better at this?" Or, "What did I learn from this mistake?" Positive questions lead to positive answers. They help you move forward. They remind you that you are not stuck. You are simply learning. You can even ask yourself these questions out loud, or write them in your notebook with your answers. And over time, this practice can help you see life in a completely new way.
Let's try a small exercise together right now. Take a deep breath. Good. Now, say this sentence after me, slowly and clearly. Every day, I am getting better and stronger. Try to feel the words as you say them. Let's say it again. Every day, I am getting better and stronger. This simple sentence, if said every morning and every evening, becomes a kind of power that lives inside you. It becomes your truth. The more you say it, the more you start to feel it. And the more you feel it, the more it becomes real in your daily life.
Another exercise you can try is what we call visualization, which means you close your eyes and imagine something good. You can do this at any time, but many people like to do it in the morning or before sleeping. You can imagine yourself speaking English with confidence, traveling to a place you love, meeting kind people, or doing something that makes you happy. As you imagine, try to feel what you would feel if it were really happening. Visualization helps your brain feel strong, creative, and ready for success. It is not just dreaming. It is training your mind to believe in your own future.
Now, here is something important to remember. When you are practicing positive thinking, you do not have to ignore your problems or pretend that everything is okay when it is not. Positive thinking is not about being fake. It is about being brave. It is about choosing to focus on your strengths instead of your fears. It is about telling yourself, "This is hard, but I will not give up." Real strength comes from inside you, from the words you choose and the thoughts you repeat. So when life is difficult, use your positive thinking not to escape the problem, but to give yourself the energy to solve it and grow from it.
Let's now review the 5 daily exercises we've learned. Number 1 is morning affirmations. Speak positive words to yourself each morning. Number 2 is thought catching. Notice and gently change your negative thoughts during the day. Number 3 is writing in a journal. Keep track of good things and your progress. Number 4 is asking positive questions. Open your mind to helpful answers. And number 5 is visualization. Use your imagination to build a strong picture of your future. These 5 exercises are simple, free, and very powerful if you do them every day.
So, dear listener, if you feel stuck, sad, or unsure of yourself, we want you to remember that the path to a better life begins with your thoughts. You don't need to wait for someone to help you. You don't need to wait for the perfect day or the perfect job or the perfect plan. You can start right now, today, by changing your thoughts just a little bit. Speak kind words to yourself. Believe in your small steps. Be patient with your progress. And trust that if you keep going, one small thought at a time, you really can change your life. In the last part, we gave you some powerful exercises that you can use every day to change your thoughts and improve your life. And now we are going to talk about something very important: how to protect your mind from negative influences that can stop your progress, make you feel weak, or pull you back into old thinking habits that are not helpful. You see, even when we begin to think more positively, the world around us can still be full of noise, fear, and doubt. And that's why learning how to protect your thoughts is one of the most important skills you will ever learn in your life.
The truth is, every day we hear many voices. Some are outside of us, like people we talk to, things we watch on social media or television, or the news we read. And some voices are inside of us, like old memories, painful experiences, or words that people told us long ago that we never forgot. And all of these voices have power, but we must remember that not all of them deserve to live in our minds or shape our future. If you want to grow, if you want to change, if you want to become strong and confident, then you must begin to notice which voices are helping you and which ones are hurting you. And you must be brave enough to say no to the ones that are not good for you anymore.
Let's begin with the outside voices. One of the easiest ways to protect your mind is to become more careful about the content you listen to, watch, or read on a daily basis. Because the things you allow into your brain will soon become part of your thinking, even if you don't notice it right away. If you watch negative videos, read comments full of anger, or follow people who always complain, your brain will start to believe that the world is dark, scary, and full of problems. But if you fill your time with stories of courage, kindness, learning, and success, then your thoughts will start to reflect that energy, and you will begin to believe that growth is possible and life is full of beautiful chances.
One powerful tip is to create your own positive environment, even if it's just a small one. Follow pages and people on social media that inspire you. Listen to podcasts that make you feel hopeful. Watch videos that teach you something useful. and choose music or books that make you feel alive, peaceful, or brave. Your environment has a big influence on your mind, and if you choose your environment carefully, you are choosing to grow. Sometimes this also means walking away from people or situations that are always full of judgment, fear, or gossip, because your peace of mind is too important to risk for people who do not understand your journey or support your dreams.
And let's talk honestly about the people around you. Some of them may love you, but they still carry a lot of fear. And when you share your dreams with them, they don't always support you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they are afraid for you, or they don't believe those things are possible. You must learn to listen kindly, but protect your dream. You do not need everyone to understand or agree with your path. It is okay to say, "Thank you, but I need to believe in myself." Your dream is your responsibility, and your thoughts are your most powerful tools. Don't let anyone else control them with their fear, doubt, or small thinking.
Now, let's talk about the inner voices, the thoughts that come from inside you and try to tell you that you are not enough. These thoughts can be very tricky because they sound like truth, and sometimes they repeat old messages from your past like, "You always fail," "You are not smart," "Nobody will care what you say," or "You are not strong enough." But I want you to understand something very clearly today. These thoughts are not the truth. They are just stories, old stories that got stuck in your mind, and you can rewrite those stories by speaking new words, choosing new beliefs, and practicing new actions every day. Just like you clean your room or your desk, you must learn to clean your thoughts.
One exercise you can try when a negative thought enters your mind is to pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this thought helpful or harmful? If the answer is harmful, then take a deep breath and choose a better thought, even if you don't fully believe it yet. For example, if the thought is, "I'm terrible at English," stop and say, "No, I'm just learning, and learning takes time." If the thought is, "I will never succeed," stop and say, "I don't know the future, but I will keep going step by step." This simple habit of questioning your thoughts gives you power over them, and when you practice it every day, your mind becomes stronger and more peaceful.
Another great way to protect your mind is to spend time in silence. Yes, silence. In our world, everything moves fast and makes noise, and we are always watching, listening, or talking. But when you take just 5 or 10 minutes a day to sit in silence, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and listen to your own heart, you begin to feel calm, and your thoughts slow down. This is not magic. It is mindfulness, and it helps you see which thoughts are good and which ones you can let go. Some people do this in the morning, others do it before sleeping, but the key is to be still, breathe slowly, and let your mind relax. When your mind is relaxed, it can hear the voice of your true self.
So, dear listener, if you want to change your thoughts and change your life, you must also learn how to protect your thoughts, like a gardener protects a growing plant. Don't let weeds of negativity grow in your mental garden. Don't let the loud noise of the world make you forget your inner peace. Don't believe every voice that tries to bring you down. You are the owner of your mind, and you have the right to choose what lives inside it. Your thoughts can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and that choice belongs to you. Feed your mind with good thoughts, and it will feed your life with strength, beauty, and purpose.
To end this part, let's repeat a few strong sentences together, and I want you to say them with us, wherever you are. Okay, let's go. I protect my peace. I choose thoughts that help me grow. I do not need to listen to every negative voice. I am learning to love and believe in myself. I have the power to change my mind, and that means I have the power to change my life. Say those words often, feel them, believe them, because they are true.
Welcome back, everyone. In this part of our podcast, we are going to talk about something very important, something that can either lift you higher or hold you back without you even realizing it. We're talking about the people you surround yourself with. You may not notice it every day, but the people you spend your time with have a very strong effect on your thoughts, your emotions, and even the actions you take. If you are always around negative, angry, or doubtful people, it becomes much harder to think positively or believe in yourself. But if you choose to spend time with people who encourage you, support you, and believe in growth, it becomes easier to grow and feel confident.
Many times people don't realize how much their environment affects them because they're used to it. They have friends or family members who always complain, make fun of their dreams, or talk about how nothing ever works out. And even though these people may not mean to hurt them, their words can quietly create fear, self-doubt, and small thinking inside your mind. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do to change your thoughts is to become more aware of the people around you. Notice who makes you feel strong and motivated, and notice who makes you feel small, confused, or not good enough. These feelings are messages, and if you listen to them carefully, they will guide you.
Let me tell you something very simple but powerful. You do not need to keep people in your life just because you've known them for a long time. Sometimes we hold on to relationships out of habit or guilt, but time does not mean truth. If someone is not helping you grow, if they are always negative or disrespectful, it is okay to take a step back. This doesn't mean you hate them or wish them harm. It just means you are choosing peace, strength, and progress over pain, drama, and fear. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to choose people who make your life brighter. You are allowed to love yourself enough to let go of what hurts.
Now, this might not be easy at first, especially if you are surrounded by people who don't understand your goals or the changes you're trying to make in your thinking. But here's something beautiful. When you begin to change, and when your thoughts become stronger and more positive, you will naturally start to attract different kinds of people. People who are also trying to grow, people who believe in possibility, and people who understand the power of mindset. This might happen slowly, but it will happen. You'll meet new friends, find mentors, or even connect with people online who inspire you. And every time you choose to spend time with those people, your life begins to shift in the right direction.
I want you to imagine that your mind is like a garden, and your friends are either planting flowers or throwing trash into it. If someone keeps planting fear, doubt, or anger, your garden becomes dry and messy. But if someone plants hope, encouragement, and truth, your garden becomes full of life. So ask yourself today, who is planting in your garden? Who is watering your dreams? Who is cheering for you when you try something new? And more importantly, are you being that kind of person to others too? Because we can also be the light for someone else by being kind, positive, and supportive.
One practical way to do this is to make a simple list of the 5 people you spend the most time with. These can be family members, friends, classmates, or co-workers. Next to each name, ask yourself, how do I feel after spending time with this person? Do they lift me up or bring me down? Do they support my growth or always make me doubt myself? Do they make me feel excited about life or tired and stressed? This is not about judging people. It's about becoming more aware of what's healthy for your mind and what's not. The more awareness you have, the better choices you can make, and the more your thoughts will begin to reflect the energy around you.
Now let's say you realize that most of the people around you are not positive or supportive. What can you do? First, don't panic. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start by creating more space for new, healthy connections to come in. Join groups or online communities that talk about things you love, like language learning, self-development, health, or motivation. Watch videos or listen to podcasts like this one. Read stories of people who overcame challenges and kept going. The internet can be full of inspiration if you use it the right way. Slowly, you will build a new circle, a circle that helps you grow and stay strong in your new mindset.
And if you can't find those people yet, don't worry. In the beginning, sometimes you have to be your own support system. You can talk to yourself kindly, remind yourself of your goals, and fill your day with positive thoughts and actions. As you become that positive voice for yourself, others will start to notice your energy, and soon the right people will come into your life. You might not have your tribe right now, but keep walking your path with courage, and your tribe will find you. What matters most is that you don't stop choosing the thoughts and the people who help you become the best version of yourself.
So let's remember the key message of this part. The people around you can either feed your fear or fuel your fire. Choose wisely. Let go of what's not serving you. Move closer to those who believe in your light, even when you forget it. And never forget, your thoughts are like mirrors. They reflect what surrounds them. When you choose better people, your mind becomes better. When your mind becomes better, your life begins to bloom in ways you never imagined.
Let's end this section with a few positive affirmations. You can repeat after us if you like, or just listen and let the words sink in. I am allowed to choose people who support my growth. I let go of relationships that bring pain or doubt. I attract people who believe in my dreams. I am becoming the kind of person I want to meet. I protect my peace and honor my journey. Keep choosing love. Keep choosing growth. Keep choosing you.
One of the most important ways we can change our lives by changing our thoughts is by learning how to look at challenges differently. Because in life, no matter who you are or where you come from, you will face difficulties, you will have problems, and you will experience moments that feel heavy, confusing, or unfair. But the difference between people who grow and people who give up is not how many problems they have. It is how they think about those problems, how they respond to them, and how they decide to learn from them instead of being destroyed by them.
Yes, and that's such a powerful truth, Adam. Because the same situation can either break you or build you, depending on the thoughts you choose to carry inside your mind. For example, when something bad happens, like losing a job, failing a test, getting rejected, or facing a big mistake, many people immediately begin to think, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, or my life is ruined. But those thoughts only make the situation feel heavier and more painful, while other people might have the same experience but think, this is hard, but I will grow from it. Maybe this is a redirection, or what can I learn from this? And because they choose stronger thoughts, they become stronger people.
This doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time or pretend that pain doesn't exist, because life can be difficult, and it's okay to feel sad, hurt, or frustrated sometimes. But what's more important than avoiding pain is learning how to rise from pain, and that begins by changing the story you tell yourself about your situation. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me?" This small change in your thinking will open your eyes to lessons and strength that you never noticed before, and suddenly the pain that felt like punishment can become a part of your growth.
There's a beautiful quote that says, "Every flower must grow through dirt." And it reminds us that just because something feels dark or difficult doesn't mean it's the end of your story. In fact, most success stories, if you look closely, are filled with moments of failure, rejection, disappointment, and struggle. What made those people successful was not that they had perfect lives, but that they refused to let difficult moments control their thoughts or define their future. And so when you are going through a hard time, remember this: challenges are not here to stop you. They are here to shape you, to stretch you, and to prepare you for the next level of your life.
Let's make this idea more practical for our listeners. If you're facing a challenge right now, maybe you feel stuck in your English learning journey, or maybe life is just overwhelming. The first step is to stop blaming yourself or thinking that you're weak. Instead, try writing down the challenge on a piece of paper and then ask yourself two simple questions. What can I learn from this? And how can I grow through this? This small habit can help you shift your mindset from stress to strength, from pain to purpose, and from confusion to clarity. Because you're no longer just reacting. You're thinking deeply. You're choosing your response. And you're becoming the author of your own thoughts.
Yes. And another thing that helps is to remind yourself of past challenges you've already survived. Sometimes we forget how far we've come because we're too focused on what's going wrong right now. But if you take a moment to look back at your life, you'll see that you've already overcome things that once felt impossible, and those moments were not accidents. They were proof that you are strong, that you are growing, and that you can do hard things again. So whenever you face a new problem, don't say I can't. Say, I've done hard things before, and I will do it again. Because every challenge is a reminder of your inner power.
And let's not forget that sometimes challenges bring us unexpected gifts. Many people have discovered their passion, their strength, or their life purpose after going through something painful. Maybe you lose a job and discover a better career. Maybe a breakup teaches you how to love yourself. Or maybe a failure pushes you to become more focused and disciplined. These gifts don't always come right away. But if you keep your mind open and your heart strong, you will start to see that even the hardest moments can bring blessings. And the more you train your mind to look for those blessings, the more peace and power you will feel every day.
This is why changing your thoughts is not just about being positive, it's about being powerful. It's about choosing to see meaning where others see only pain. It's about deciding that you will not be a victim of life's problems, but a creator of life's possibilities. And that choice begins in your mind. Your thoughts are like lenses. If you wear lenses of fear, you will see fear everywhere. But if you wear lenses of hope, you will start to see solutions, opportunities, and new paths even in the middle of problems. So ask yourself today, what lenses are you wearing, and are they helping you grow?
Let's finish this section by sharing a few affirmations that our listeners can say every time they face a difficult situation. These affirmations are not just words, they are reminders that you can choose a stronger thought at any moment, no matter what you're going through. You can say them with us or write them down to repeat later. I am learning and growing through every challenge I face. This situation will not break me. It will build me. I choose to see opportunities, not just problems. My thoughts are powerful, and I use them to lift myself up. I trust that every challenge is part of my growth story.
Beautiful words, Adam. And to everyone listening, just remember this. You are stronger than your problems, and your mind is your greatest tool for transformation. Don't let a difficult day become a difficult life. Take control of your thoughts, believe in your strength, and trust that every challenge has a purpose. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back and realize that every difficulty was leading you to a better version of yourself.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, let's dive into a very powerful and practical part of changing your thoughts. How you talk to yourself inside your own mind which is called self-talk. Many people don't realize it, but the words you say to yourself every day have a huge impact on how you feel, how you act, and how confident you become. Imagine if you had a best friend who always spoke to you kindly, encouraged you, and believed in you. How would you feel? But if your best friend constantly criticized you, made fun of your mistakes, and told you that you couldn't do things, how would you feel then? Well, the truth is, you are that best friend to yourself, and the way you talk inside your mind can either help you succeed or keep you stuck.
Exactly, Adam. Positive self-talk is like planting seeds of hope, courage, and confidence in your mind every day. When you make a mistake or face a challenge, instead of thinking, "I'm stupid" or "I will never get better," try to replace those thoughts with kinder, stronger words such as, "I am learning," "It's okay to make mistakes," or "I am improving every day." This simple change might feel strange at first because your mind is used to negative thoughts. But with practice, positive self-talk will become natural and will help you feel more motivated and happier. It's like exercising a muscle. At first, it feels difficult, but the more you practice, the stronger your mind becomes.
One important thing to remember about positive self-talk is that it should be honest and realistic. Saying things like, "I'm perfect" or "I never fail" may sound positive, but they are not true and can create more pressure or disappointment. Instead, focus on truthful statements that encourage you, such as, "I am doing my best," "I can try again," or "Every step forward is progress." This kind of honest positivity builds real confidence and helps you keep going, even when things are hard. The way you speak to yourself shapes your beliefs about who you are and what you can achieve, so choose your words wisely and kindly.
Let me add that sometimes people use negative self-talk without even noticing it. For example, if you say to yourself, "I'm too slow to learn English," or "I will never be fluent," you are planting doubt and fear inside your mind, and this can stop you from trying new things or speaking with confidence. But if you become aware of these negative thoughts and gently change them to, "I am improving every day," or "Learning takes time and I am patient," you start to change your inner world. This awareness is the first step toward changing your thoughts. Catch those negative words and replace them with positive ones, just like changing the channel on a radio until you find a good song.
A great way to practice positive self-talk is to create your own personal affirmations. Short, positive sentences you can say to yourself every morning or whenever you need a boost. For example, "I am confident and capable," "I am proud of my progress," or "I believe in myself." Write these affirmations down on paper or your phone and repeat them daily. Over time, your mind will start to believe these positive messages, and your thoughts will become more hopeful and strong. Affirmations are like a shield that protects your mind from negative thoughts and reminds you of your true potential.
Another tip is to be patient and kind with yourself during this process. Changing your thoughts and self-talk takes time, and it's normal to have days when your mind feels noisy with doubts or fears. When that happens, don't be hard on yourself. Just notice the negative thoughts. Say, "Thank you for the message," and gently bring your attention back to your positive affirmations or kind words. This practice is like training a puppy. The puppy may run away sometimes, but with love and patience, it learns to follow you. Your mind is similar. It needs gentle guidance to grow in a positive direction.
So to summarize this important section, your inner voice has incredible power. It can lift you up or hold you down, motivate you or stop you. By learning to recognize negative self-talk and replace it with honest, kind, and positive words, you change your thoughts, which changes your feelings, which changes your actions, and ultimately changes your life. This is one of the simplest but strongest tools you have to create the life you want, and the best time to start is right now.
Before we move on, let's practice some positive self-talk together. Repeat after us or listen carefully and imagine these words filling your mind with strength and hope. I am worthy of success and happiness. I trust my ability to learn and grow. I am patient with myself and proud of my progress. Every day I am becoming stronger and more confident. I believe in my dreams and take steps toward them. Keep these affirmations close to your heart and repeat them often, especially when you feel uncertain or discouraged.
Well, Julia, we've shared so many important ideas today about how changing your thoughts can truly change your life. And I hope our listeners feel inspired and ready to take small steps toward thinking in a more positive and powerful way. The most important thing to remember is that change does not happen overnight. It is a journey that starts with one thought, one choice, and one action at a time. No matter where you are in your life or how difficult things seem right now, you have the power inside you to change your story by changing your mind.
Absolutely, Adam. And for everyone listening, I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself. Changing your thoughts is like learning a new language. It takes time, practice, and a lot of kindness toward yourself. Start by noticing your thoughts each day and asking yourself, are these thoughts helping me, or are they holding me back? Then, gently replace any negative thoughts with ones that build you up and support your goals. Remember, your mind is like a garden. You can choose what seeds to plant and what to water.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Julia. And don't forget, your thoughts affect your feelings, and your feelings influence your actions. So by changing your thoughts, you open the door to new possibilities in your life. Try to practice positive self-talk, use affirmations, and see challenges as chances to learn and grow. Even small changes in your thinking can create big changes in your life over time. So, start today. Choose one positive thought, say it to yourself, and watch how it begins to change your day and your future.
Before we finish, here is a little challenge for our listeners. For the next 7 days, try writing down one positive thought or affirmation each morning and say it out loud to yourself. Notice how your day feels when you start with this positive mindset. Also, when you face a difficult moment, remind yourself that your thoughts can help you find a way forward. You are stronger than you think, and your mind is a powerful tool that you can learn to use well.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the English Globe. We hope this episode about Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life has helped you understand how important your mind is and given you some useful tools to practice every day. Remember, learning English is also a journey of changing your thoughts, believing in yourself, being patient, and never giving up. If you liked this episode, please subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and leave us a comment about your favorite part or your own positive thoughts.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Keep practicing, keep believing, and keep changing your thoughts for the better. We will see you in the next episode of the English Globe, where we continue learning English and life skills together. Until then, have a wonderful day, and remember, you have the power to change your life, starting with your thoughts.
Goodbye, and take care.